Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Alicia Keys fans. Welcome, whoever and wherever you come from. This is the Welpdom, and this is a great place to be. We are currently live with a little bit of an audience watching us. In fact, this particular song was requested by one of our patrons who is here live watching us react, and she gets to see how we respond. Melissa, thank you. We love you too. Um, Melissa probably heard me say how much I love Alicia Keys, and probably went, you know what? I'm just gonna step up to the plate, and you guys are gonna hear this song. I'm a huge fan of Alicia Keys, and it's through my wife that I became a fan of Alicia
Oh,
Keys,
okay.
because she was listening to it, and I was kind of like, "What's that you're listening to?" I love the way that she sings, and so I'm not going to get too much into it. I'll talk about it after. This song, I'm pretty sure I know, but I think we overheard a part of it in a previous song somewhere,
Okay.
and so that's kind of where I think this came up from.
Okay.
And I'm excited to see what your reaction to this is, really. So
Okay.
we're gonna like switch the order of who responds first to the song. So normally when I intro the song, I get to do the reaction right away. I want you to go first. So when the song's over, you start, Ryan.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
100%. Yeah.
You're giving me the privilege. Copy that. Okay.
Yes.
It's called Falling. Do you know the song?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you do. Okay.
Sorry.
Sometimes I long
right. Well, I've never heard the song before. No, I've heard the name, of course, Alicia Keys. In fact, I even seen her. My brain was like, I've seen her before. I don't know
Mm.
why, like, but just I don't know. Just she's an artist that I'm, obviously is a very big artist. I've seen her face somewhere. Where, anyways, uh, yeah. So this was. I didn't know this was the sound of music that she does. I wasn't sure what to expect. So I was surprised to hear that voice.
Mm-hmm.
Come from her, very soulful. It's funny, we just did a previous reaction to this one in the same vein of like that soul gospel like singing, and it just seems like this big voice is coming from a sort of like a diminutive figure. It's I
Mm.
was surprised by this big booming voice is coming from her, and you had the that funk and blues, the piano, and the singing of the chorus with it. Obviously, a
Mm.
lot of imagery messages here with the videos, which I don't always catch on a first listen, so I'm not going to really speak to all of it, but yeah, this is obviously a very, very good song, and I know she's popular too. So I love seeing artists like this that are popular, where it's not the generic pop or that kind of sound. This is a song that it's very, I wouldn't say adult contemporary, but you have a young artist playing a very grown up type song and production. So yeah, great stuff. It's not the kind of music I gravitate towards, as you would know, but I actually really dug it, and I like the sound, and again the sing at the end with the chorus, sing along with her when she just did that ba, ba, ba part at the end
Mm.
there when she belted it all out. I was not expecting this, so it's a lot to take in for a first listen. I wasn't expecting this from her. I don't know what kind of music I was expecting, but I wouldn't have picked this.
Mm. You picked up on a couple of things that I really like about her music, and one I'll just kind of highlight a little bit more.
Sure, yeah.
Typically, her music tends to be a lot more like you don't hear a lot of R&B sounds
Mm,
where it's kind of like manufactured sounds. So she plays with like real instruments and real, backing or backtracks. Like there's very little manufactured sound in her music. It always seems very real.
mm,
And then she does these just there's little things, and especially older Alicia Keys. I don't know very much of the more recent Alicia Keys stuff, to be honest, because when I started listening, it was like, I don't know, 2008 or nine, and that's the only stuff that I really was listening to at the time from Alicia Keys. So I know some songs. I don't know that many. I know this song, and I know probably one album worth of another song, or another other songs, and all of them, like there's the occasional one that's kind of like, it's all right, but the vast majority of them are very re-listenable to.
mm.
Like this is a good example of one that you could hear a second time and be kind of like, yeah, actually, it kind of grows on you. Um, but there's other songs that are just like, oh, sorry, do you hear voices?
That's okay. Keep going.
Um, there's just so much more that, and this is a great song. Don't get me wrong. This particular one as an intro, but there's some ones that I'm like, oh man, I hope somebody requests that song
Oh,
because they're
okay.
they're so good. Like, yeah, so good.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
So
well, I hope to hear more. Yeah, that's great. I definitely would love to hear more. And like I said, I don't know where she is right now in the pantheon of fame. Not that it matters, but every artist has, peaks and crests or whatever,
mhm,
with the general public of, on her YouTube page. She's still getting millions and millions of views per video. Uh,
mhm.
but yeah, it'd be great sound. And obviously, in fact, I'm just curious now. Now you're going to make me Google. Anything else you want to say?
Um,
I'm just curious what her age is now. She's 43. Okay, so she's currently 43. Okay, so
mhm.
she's younger than us by 5 or 6 years. Okay.
Melissa's asking if I know no one. Maybe I know that one. The ones I know for sure are Superwoman. Um, oh, I'm trying to remember the one that like I heard the drum beat on it, and I had to go and like figure out how to make that drum beat because it was
Mm,
so like earwormy, and yeah, it was so good. Um, yeah, there's about, yeah, I would say of hers that I'm aware of. I think we own two albums, so I know of the two albums that we owned back then because it was CDs. We there's probably about 10 songs on there that are like we'd listen to over and over again, and I don't know if No One is one of them. It might be.
okay. Well, her last album was a Christmas album in 2022, which
Oh,
doesn't really count. But then she had a
yeah.
2021 album, it's just a few years ago.
Okay.
that came out. So just 3 years ago. And according to the rating, it seems pretty strong, like a 7 out of 10 score across the. That's pretty good. So
Hmm.
might be some strong tracks from that one as well. But yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, I'm all for it, man. More Alicia Keys, even stuff that I don't know. I'd be happy to listen to for sure.
Okay. All right. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Good introduction. I agree. A good introduction, Melissa. Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and we'll see you in the next one.